Justify still staying here today. One more matchup to go. It's a Group A battle. Let's see it.
Grand Forks Central from North Dakota, Benjamin Franklin High School from California. These two teams match up. Grand Forks Central with 4-1 record coming in from the Great Plains Gauntlet that they competed in, versus Benjamin Franklin, who's got that 14-0 record coming in. They were perfect in matches played and only dropped 6 games during the course of the season. So this is a team coming in as the heavy favorites in this matchup, if you will. We'll see if Benjamin Franklin High School can really live up to those standards.
They're yelling in both their first two matchup on the day. They're also going to be +6 in terms of map differential. So really hoisting themselves above the competition. You said it though, can they live up to the names? Anything can happen here in the arena. And there's an early shot bouncing off the crossbar and in. Coop finds the second touch and buries it.
Wow, yeah, off to a hot start already. X-Sync and All-Star finds Coop, and these two have been playing together for quite a while. Same with PC. I mean, this group certainly has cohesive nature, and we'll see a prime example of that already early, as they will look to march forward and really make a statement piece early. This is the team I'm certainly watching at as one of the favorites in the high school scene in the nation. And sure enough, what better place to get it done than the LOS Scholastic champs?
Showcasing their state prowess, showcasing their Rocket League prowess. A long-range clear just finds its way into the net. And for Benjamin Franklin, you said it, it's not just about this game here today, but it's also showcasing to the rest of the competition for those possible playoffs tomorrow that you are one of the best teams in all of America.
X-Sync, plenty of room to work with. Try the flip reset. That one's going to be fought away by Amethyst Nuke. Right by Coop, just all the way up in the air and all the way to the offensive side of the ball, just to continue to wreak havoc on this back line as J-Tron try to at least be able to punch it to a teammate here. Amethyst Nuke, the next one on it. He'll try to go one-on-one. It's a great couple of touches, but Coop will bail them out from the goal line there.
Defense away. I think that's most important here, to move that forward, to be able to show that you have that transition, not just that you can score, but you can make incredible reads like that. For PCO and the rest of Coop, they're pushing their way forward, keeping that pressure up. The good news is a clear is going to breathe some life onto the other side of the field as Coop goes aerial.
Make use. What space they've given him again. It's just a great job to kind of hold off for now. That one will hit 2 bars, not just 1. First crossbar, then that side bar as well, as you heard it clink off that side to let them know that they couldn't quite get the job done, but they've already done it twice, so they're kind of cruising here in this game number 1 of this matchup. If you're just joining us, X-Sync will try to go to the sky as well, and Chef will challenge it before they get there. PC not able to quite direct it back onto target, so a little bit of a breather here as Grand Forks Central tried to get something going.
Find that first goal. As we always say, once you break that first one open, kind of gets the monkey off the back and you're able to score more and more. But talk about scoring, Coop's gonna get a bar down. Beautiful shot to add the third.
And Chef just couldn't quite get that touch. It's such a difficult one to make, and Jotron was too busy trying to dodge that bump effort from X-Sync. So even if you don't get the bump, you're still causing chaos. You're still creating a lot of value here for the rest of your team. And that's just one of the many ways this team can get it done. Benjamin Franklin, once more, at the 2-0 mark in matches played in the round robin. Grand Forks trying to hold on, but right now, just like other teams have really witnessed, is Benjamin Franklin is so tough to try to get one, but they do. They'll get on the board here. 2:04 left, and they've got one.
Got their first goal. The ever important break open here as J-Tron pushes that one from mid-range to really beat the entirety of the defense. Not expecting the players to be in their face from Benjamin Franklin High School. Grand Forks is able to get the job done unassisted. J-Tron scores. That is their first shot, though, they have been able to attempt all game long. 3 minutes of dominance on this offensive side for Benjamin Franklin High School.
Pretty clinical. Would you like to see that one get on the board here? Grand Forks Central, I mean, that is just bang, bang play. So quickly they found this one. Amethyst thought they had cleared the zone, but Coop was already up, as we've seen multiple times. And look at the give and go. This thing of beauty to get in that box.
of a trend overall today. Just seeing the passing plays, seeing the communication at a high school level. It's going to be so much hope for the future of this game and for the future talent we're watching on Showcase. For X-Sync and the rest of the crew, they've got this 3-goal advantage. But with 90 seconds left to go, Amethyst Nuke has got a great shot there. Ricochets off the opponents.
Bit of ball luck this time around. Tron trying to push into the box, try to press and get into the dirty areas. And although they have two people on this side of the field, two players on this side of the field, they weren't able to kind of decide who could turn on it. They were both low on boost, but Amethyst will turn. JonTron tried to get that read. Amethyst gonna leave it wisely there for the Chef, but couldn't quite tuck it in that far side. Instead, it just kind of fell into the hands of Coop. Look to try to jump back on it. Chef still with it, trying to work the corner. Amethyst with that touch, it'll go all the way to the other corner, but Chef will be able to handle it. But it's punched right back out as Coop finds X-Sync, as we've seen so many times in this game one already.
Trying each other on those assists, and how about this one? Bar down right in front! Oh, it's just a barely miss. X-Sync makes sure to pick up the pieces. Makes a beautiful little picture from it. Benjamin Franklin High School score their 5th in the team hat trick.
Grand Forks Central just trying to anything they can to get off that goal line to dig themselves out, but it was just not to be. It just relentless pressure from Benjamin Franklin, and you know, you talk about how they can play a finesse game with their passing plays, and yet they can also strong arm you. Bit of desperation there from Grand Forks Central. Didn't look bad, and they will get one more back, but 24 seconds left here, just trying to gain some momentum, even if they can't come back into this one.
Maybe they can do some magic off the kickoffs to earn a couple of quick goals. 24 seconds is not a lot of time to score, and especially with how great the Benjamin Franklin High defense has been playing. Here's a nice little 2v1. The bouncer's just gonna score. No, it's not. It's PCO that saves the first, and then ricochets back for the second. I will eat my words. The defense proves me wrong again.
Critical. I mean, just jumped in, right moment, right place, right time. PC bailing them out of a situation, not out of the game, because they certainly were probably going to close out anyways. But that's just making a statement piece towards the tail end as well. With not just offense, we're defense as well. And Benjamin Franklin High School take game one.
Nice little 5-2 scoreline for them. They earn themselves the series start, and you know, as we said, that game number one can be pretty interesting to watch. Two teams that have most likely never faced off against each other start to read each other out. I think the silver lining is for Grand Fork, you scored 2 goals, you had some great offense, and you played all the way until the buzzer hit 0. It's not like you had a shutout game and you're going into game 2 with nothing. You have stability in your game plan. You just got to find a little bit more defense in terms of those clears, and you could find a win here.
Well, you're right, and just, let's face facts here. You know, that just the way that Benjamin Franklin has proven that they are a very, very sharp team. They can put up goals in bunches, and they can do so very quickly. Their passing is on point from the get-go. The only way that you beat this play style, in my opinion, just based on the pure talent level advantage it seems like from my perspective of Benjamin Franklin, is you got to be able to disrupt it. You got to be able to get in there early. You got to be able to challenge. You cannot let them have space. And if they have any passing plays, you got to be able to read it from the get-go. You have to make reads. You got to be on it. You got to be ambitious to get on to the next challenge. Otherwise, this one can certainly get away, because when Benjamin Franklin has time, they'll be able to jump into it easily. So we'll see if they make that adjustment heading into game number 2.
Game number 2 is a big one for Benjamin Franklin High. This could be their series advantage going up to the maximum level. For X-Sync, it's already a kickoff win, forcing the defense to jump early. J-Tron had that bounce back goal to kind of start the scoring for Grand Forks, but they're back on defense. Coop just lays it down low off the crossbar touch, and X-Sync has got the cleanup.
X-Sync says, thank you, Coop, for doing all that work. Look at the leg work with the flip reset. The late challenge, waited, kept the flip in the back pocket in order to use that 50-50 to play it down low, and then allow X-Sync to just step in and clean up the loose change. A 1-0 lead again because of just the pure talent, ability in solo playing that we've seen from the squad. And you know, passing plays, solo plays, it doesn't matter. Like, this team has answers for everything. But I'm really encouraging Grand Forks to really set up here. Grand Forks Central, prime opportunity to try to get back in this one, but X-Sync is going to make it incredibly difficult.
this Coop touch again just starts him off. Xsync, that 50-50 already seals the deal. The teammate doesn't steal it, and there's just nobody back. Now, that 50-50 is a moment in time where you look back, you say, if J-Tron wins that, all of a sudden we've got a 3v1 the other way. So I don't hate the confidence from Grand Forks, but this time it pays off in Benjamin Franklin High's way as they're up by 2.
Ball's back to Xsync. Got room to work with. Up to this one. All the way to the ceiling. Fakes out the chef because of it. Now it'd fall back right down in front, but JonTron did a great job to be able to punch it out to midfield. And with this on it, try to find the passing play. The two did not quite connect, and Chef on the unfortunate side of that 50-50 as well was Xsync will allow himself the opportunity to grab boosting Coop. Jump up on his spot. Now turning his PC. Did not quite do that the way they wanted to, though. Left the door a little bit open. Again, it just doesn't seem like the read was quite there as Grand Forks Central struggled to jump on these opportunities when they present themselves.
There are still opportunities there. That's the key point. It is this game number 2 where you could turn the tide back. You can find a win here. If Coop's playing like that, it's going to be tough too. But if you are on this Grand Forks side, you can find that win. You can find that effort specifically from the defensive end transitioning forward. All of a sudden, Coop is a dangerous little clear away, gets it up over everybody. You can find the series into even. You can find it into 1-1, and that's exactly what Grand Forks wants right now.
They're certainly doing a good job to hang in here and be able to settle the momentum down quite frequently. They got a great opportunity. Look at that passing play. They come alive for what seems like the first time in the series with a beautiful passing play.
Just a nice little give and go. I think J-Tron kind of waits around, makes sure there isn't a need for the third touch, but Xsync realistically just has no boost. I mean, it's a lose-lose scenario. You either commit to that right side, save the first one, and it's scored either way, or you don't commit far enough, and it's scored on the first touch. Here's a great second as well. J-Tron's got the equalizer.
The exact time to step up is right now, especially when you're down 2-0. It seemed very discouraging, but they're making the right choices. You mentioned it best, that close, low 50-50. You've been on the wrong side of them plenty in this series. You want to be able to turn it around, and they're doing great steps and strides in order to make sure that they keep this one close, but now they got to turn on the jets and be able to finish a game as well.
Tied it up. Now what can you do to take the advantage? Xsync says advantage. That's ours off the 50-50 victory.
Just pure willpower. Xsync, great answer. Just found it, found a great read, knew when to step up on this play, and was able to cash in because of it. So right when you start to gain a little bit of momentum, good teams will be able to end it. Right now they're trying to do that, but off the kickoff, Coop be able to scoop across. That was just great recovery speed. I didn't think he had the boost in the tank or the ability, the momentum to get over to it, but Coop proved me wrong.
They're doing that a lot here today. You say something, they've got to do something about it. Another save on the other side from J-Tron, but this is a pop-up. BCO can't quite get the jump they wanted as the chef does invest their body and all of their boost tank to make that save. Amethyst is the only one with really some boost here and giving it over for free. Xsync just shoots. The chef will use those pennies to make the first, but BCO flies in and forces them to make a second save.
Good for J-Tron to be there in that moment as well, to be able to come across in support. He had the better read on the ball, and the rest of the team, more importantly, were able to jump on it and make the read, but look at this play. Is he ready for it? Xsync set him up.
Just incredible. I mean, Xsync, the patience, gets this fake of the double touch, and then there is just a sliver of sunlight to allow that slicer to come on through. All of a sudden, we were talking about a 2-2 game. Benjamin Franklin says, don't forget about us. Coop, an incredible third save off the kickoff, means they've got the Savior medal. Benjamin Franklin High leading by 2. Maybe not for long, though, as Amethyst Nuke, the backboard, scores 1.
Starts off with J-Tron able to make this read, not an easy one. Saved that flip, and it was almost gone. So presence of mind to be able to know that you still had it, to get that ball across, and then the no hesitation attitude from Amethyst to be able to jump up in that moment, take that risk when you needed it to. So just a great all-around play from every player of Grand Forks Central.
That leads 1. Can you make it back towards your side? PC's got a 1v1. It's going to be a J-Tron save. It's been the highlight, it's been the defense, it's been the hold the line nature that have kept them here in this best of 5. You can't lose this game. You can't give a chance for 3 more. A triple ricochet. BC finishes the job.
Even if they don't score, punch it in first, they just swarm. It's sometimes it's secondary, tertiary opportunities that present themselves out in front, and you're still scrambling because if you just put it on net, certainly you can pull them out of position. Great work from this team to be able to just answer anything thrown at them, and Grand Forks Central has done a great job to kind of go goal for goal, but whenever Benjamin Franklin gets going, I told you they could put him up in bunches, and right now that's been 4 goals in a matter of, what, a minute and 20 seconds.
It's been so quick, and I mean, after responding, after finding the answer on Grand Forks' side, they need even more. 2 goals in a minute. It's not unheard of. They've got the shots to do it. They've got this offense to boot as well. Benjamin Franklin High, they just control everything. BC goes for another right side delaying shot that allows Coop to rotate in as the second man, and realistically, Exing saves in a safer spot there with 40 seconds to go. Will bring the mechanics. 1 to beat and no boost to beat it. It's up high, the double commit. Saves it at the last moment.
Exing was that close to be able to get to that ball and be able to end this game. Put his team on a match point almost certainly. Still feels like they were able to get there, especially if they're able to answer this one. Great passing play again. Exing found Coop with a perfect pass across. And with 18 seconds left, that's the pad they needed.
3 goals on top of them. And honestly, Coop just unfazed going into the offensive zone, winning 50-50s, and more importantly, just scoring goals. I mean, at some point, when you have so many shots, I mean, Coop's only got 3 shots, but the team as a whole has 18 of those shots. They've been able to get it done, and more importantly than that, they've been pushing it away in the defensive side. Coop might only have 1 goal off of 3 shots, but has 4 saves. That defense won them this game, and, well, they won't get an extra goal, but they'll go up in the series advantage 2-0.
I think what we're witnessing here at Llama is plain and simple. Grand Forks Central, during the course of their season with the Great Plains Gauntlet, only played a total of 5 series and 20 games on the season versus the 48 games that we saw from Benjamin Franklin High School. In that team, 14 matches, 14-0 was perfect in one of the more challenging regions as well on the West Coast, in that California area where esports pops off like crazy. Now, that being said, Grand Forks Central, can't call them a lost cause at this point in time. They did go toe for toe. So I'm certainly not counting them out, but they've certainly met a monster, almost their kryptonite, just by the way that they're not able to quite defend all the time with how much pressure and how tactical their offensive play is from Benjamin Franklin.
And it seems like when they're out of it, they just find a brand new gear to push forward to, whether that be their passing plays, whether that be just insane mechanics to start up a drive. I think for Grand Forks, I mean, it's easier said than done to just score some more goals, but I mean, if you can get some more opportunities downfield, the offense has looked really, really good. Amethyst specifically has just created some really nice offensive plays off the backboard, but you've got no more chances to give. Grand Forks and everybody actually in this Group A has either won or lost their series by a 3-0 margin. They're going to have to try and change that by a win in game number 3.
Number 3 starting up now. One last opportunity to try to go 2-1 and recover and make that final day, at least be able to solidify it from their perspective. But look at the quick play off the post. Coop follows it up. Going up the crossbar, PC can't quite direct it on. Already off the bat, Benjamin Franklin is off to a running start. They weren't able to punch it in this time around, but I mean, it still feels relentless.
So it does. And they are just a firing squad here that refuses to quit. Here's a backboard double. Actually looked like it was going to be faked away for Exink or Coop. And yeah, Coop's like, okay, I got boost, no angle as Amethyst denies it. But Exink makes sure there's nobody back. No boost in the tank. Left side goal. Exink, strikes first blood.
Yeah, it seemed inevitable, didn't it? And whenever Coop gets his hands on the opposite side of the ball, you know it's going to be punched in. I mean, this team is certainly playing very pesky Rocket League. Coop positioned so far down the field and being able to read their outlet passes and constantly on those. And it's very, very frustrating the way that Coop has been playing, but you have to be able to locate Coop. You've got to be able to maneuver around him with the passing that you know works on the offensive side. Why not bring that to the defensive side to try to counter it? Easier said than done, as Xsync has given the lead to Benjamin Franklin early.
Xsync might get another one here, just so wins the PK, navigates the car control, and in a minute's time, Benjamin Franklin up by 2.
Just a tornado flick, and didn't get much on it. I think J-Tron was expecting a little bit more. That was the only difference here. So 3:55 left, a 2-0 lead, and now you got Grand Forks Central right where you want them, chasing the rest of the game.
Scores off the kickoff as well. I mean, it is just everything working their way. Now, I will say that last game started 2-0 in favor of Benjamin Franklin. Grand Forks were able to respond, and that's exactly what they've got to do. You got to shut down Xsync, who now has 3 shots in just 90 seconds time. 5 shots as a team. Xsync has got the hat trick. This time, it's Coop on the assist for the 3rd time straight.
Goodness. And just J-Tron just trying to settle it in. And even though Xsync could have just easily tried to just take a shot towards the middle of the net, it might have been blocked, so he took a second and shot it behind him. So even when you feel like you got this save made, sure it was in desperation, but Xsync still finds a way. And so does Benjamin Franklin team. Coop has been an absolute, starting point for this team, a catalyst, if you will. Or Benjamin Franklin, and all the offensive plays have come off of his hood. I mean, he has been a dynamic factor, a true playmaker in every sense of the word.
Opening things up, finding things for the team, and even the momentum boost, it feels like entries into the zone. Here's a shot from Amethyst, who doubles it off the kind of crossbar post combination with the ricochets. The angle's a little bit too tight, though, for the follow-up of J-Tron. And this is just what they do. One incredible save immediately turns up the field. PC doesn't score, but makes them use so much boost that Xsync is just able to play the patience, steal the boost, and look for the double, triple touch off the backboard.
Again, just keep playing keep away at this point in time. It could have easily just left that one, but it would have been challenged there, forcing J-Tron around. Xsync was a little bit awkward there, so Chef, an opportunity, will try to punch it through, but Coop once more in support. What has he not done as a teammate? I mean, people around the country would love to have this kid. He is everywhere, constantly being able to work and bail you out if needed, and that hasn't been quite frankly a lot, but he's certainly been there, right place, right time. This guy is an absolute stud.
Honestly, if you're a college team looking to pick up a Rock League team, just take the whole team at this point. Benjamin Franklin are playing so well together. Coop is on 3 assists, Xsync on 3 goals. They've got 9, make it 10 shots as Xsync gets the quadra.
What else can you do? I mean, Chef wasn't exactly slow to that ball. Maybe a little bit of a misread. It was behind them to some degree, so maybe just a little bit cleaner, but at this point in time, you're down 3-0, so it's hard to be able to settle it in and really be able to focus your mind back from a mistake that happened. And, it constantly just continues to fester up, and as a team, it's hard to play, especially if your communications, channel is maybe a little bit less than ideal currently, a little bit of frustration, maybe a little bit of just disappointment in the performance so far. It really can affect the team's performance down the stretch. I think that's what we've seen from Grand Forks Central, as they were able to hold on for a little bit, but then it's just floodgates open multiple times throughout the series from Benjamin Franklin as they look to just close this one out and ride this one to victory in what feels like a victory lap.
Already got the shutout so far. 80 more seconds still to play, and I think this is actually a really good learning lesson from almost all the series we watched today, possibly going towards that 3-0 marker if this one stays where the scoreline is. I think you only improve by playing better teams. And you're going to start to learn, okay, we've got now 15 minutes of VOD review footage that we can always go back and watch, continue to improve on, and over the course of next year, whether that be through collegiate or through more high school action, we can get better and better from this experience.
Definitely. I know that plenty of times it's frustrating even going back to watch the video and be like, Coop, why is he there? Why is he up there, right? Why did he turn on this ball? It feels like it's like without a purpose sometimes whenever he finds it, but the way that Coop reads the play is almost like a step ahead. So certainly going into the VOD room will play favors here for Grand Forks Central. It's unfortunate this series will go the way of Benjamin Franklin this time around, but Grand Forks Central, as long as they keep an open mind when they look back to it and maybe analyze what it was that made this team successful, perhaps that's where they'll find their biggest value.
I mean, although their day is going to be done in the tournament, you're also one of the teams that took a win. Very rare throughout the day today that there have been a lot of really good teams to even get a series victory at 3-0 earlier. Has got to be feeling good. For Jtron, one final save, not enough, because Xing hits the penta. It's 5 straight goals for them as they end the map flawless.
It's a handful. I mean, that's all you can say. Right now, Benjamin Franklin, they were great throughout this one. We'll take the series 3-0 in dominant fashion, no less. And again, Grand Forks Central put up a couple of goals throughout the entirety of the series, but it felt like they played their back line consistently throughout this one. There's no way that you can find answers when Xing, their star player, and Coop's popping off, and Xing had 10 shots in that game alone, and just once things start to flow, if they hit their flow state, this is going to be a very difficult team to beat down the stretch. I almost can pencil in Benjamin Franklin as being one of the favorites, if not the team to beat when it comes to Saturday.
Yeah, and they got that 3-0 record, so they're guaranteed a spot in towards tomorrow. Of course, like we said earlier, 2 teams from each of the groups will make it outright off of their record, and then based on some different tiebreakers, we've got those 2 wildcard spots available that 2 out of our 3 groups will send 1 extra set of teams. So, I mean, 8 teams making it towards tomorrow. It was fierce competition today, and I mean, it's going to be even more fierce tomorrow. We've got trophies on the line, we've got extra gear on the line, and we've got some phenomenal best-of-7s that we get to watch.
Talented players that you mentioned might have a spot collegiately, and probably do, especially from Benjamin Franklin High School, but really all of these teams have that opportunity, and the best way that you can put yourself on the map is by opening up LOS Portal. And it's a recruiting site where you can search for over 600 colleges by what games they play, where they are, what degree programs they offer, while colleges can subscribe to search for student prospects based on their competitive and academic performance as well. Because twice a year, League OS identifies the top 100 high school esports prospects in its portal from around the country and invites them to showcase their skills for college recruiters at Portal Combine events, one in January and one in June. The first Portal Combine took place in Columbus, Ohio just last year at the Ohio State. You know something about that, Llama. Their esports lab. And this summer, the Combine comes to St. Louis, Missouri on June 18th at Maryville University Esports Performance Center. And Llama, it is just around the corner. I'm excited to be able to watch this talent be able to compete.
It's going to be really cool. I think it's not only Rocket League, we get to see it across just a vast majority of titles. That in-person play, always super fun to see. Not only kind of get thrown into a different scenario, but also get to see the energy level, the support. I mean, this would not be possible without the parents, the teachers, everybody behind the scenes that supports everything that these kids do. And that's got to give an even bigger shout out to our crew behind the scenes here today. Cookies running all the production, making us look beautiful out here on the broadcast, and everybody that helps run all these tournaments. It takes a lot of work that isn't seen out on the stream. But I mean, Bear, a phenomenal day. Any final words?
Looking pretty whenever I'm not frozen on screen, but that's not his fault. That's mine. But other than that, I mean, it's been a successful day. All these high school students were ready to play from the get-go, and that's all you can ask for. Of course, we've got the playoffs coming up on tomorrow. Same time, same place is where we will see you as well. So again, it'll be right here on the channel. Make sure you follow this channel so that way you don't miss it. And it kicks off once more at 6 p.m. is when the games get going, so make sure you're here 5 minutes early for the pre-show, as well as we'll break down all the action for Llama, for Bear Light. We will see you back here tomorrow for the 2025 Scholastic Nationals hosted by League OS. See you there.